Radio.com. The world of advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, InRavio can get your message out there. And we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is InRavio.com.
Coming on my glory days, the World Cup is underway. USA beats Ghana.
Baseball great Tony Gwynn died this week. Did you know he struck out only 434 times in 18 years?
I had no idea. The Washington Redskins had their trademark canceled.
And you stick around to the end, and Mr. B will do a song for us. Glory Days starts right now. Good morning, everybody. Today is Saturday, June 21st. It is the first official day of summer.
Happy summer to you, buddy.
Happy summer.
All right. Gonna be a good summer, I think.
Yeah, 2014, and you're watching the classy version of the Glory Days show with Bruce and Disco. My name is Paul Discofani, and this is my good buddy Bruce Oler. Matt Martin is behind the glass again today, and we are coming to you live on InRavio.com here in the InRavio studios of Village Music Shoppy in beautiful Mastic, Long Island. The great state of New York.
There you go.
How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good. How about you? The state that just legalized marijuana, right? I guess it'll take a little while for that to play out.
Yeah,
But you can't smoke it.
No, you can't smoke it. You can.
So that means nobody will be inhaling either, like Bill Clinton. He never inhaled, right? You know.
That's what he said.
Yeah, I know.
You know, but I just don't understand how long it's going to take for people to realize what's going on in like Colorado, and that they are swimming in money. As Jimmy Fallon said the other night, they're swimming in money.
Who is the state is?
Because it's so lucrative.
Yeah, but I didn't know in Colorado. I mean, here in New York, it's like medicinal use of it, right?
You're not even. It hasn't even been approved.
No,
yet.
That's right.
That's what they're trying to improve. Is the medicinal.
I mean, there's a list of conditions I think that you have to have.
Yes, and
before you
everybody
can get any of the hooch.
What everybody's looking for right now is as soon as that list comes out, they're going to start having the symptoms.
Yeah.
Because that's what's going to happen.
And then the doctors will be taking, monies, I guess, to get to write prescriptions for those kind of things, I guess, still. Oh well.
Whatever.
Anyway, this is a sports show. It's not a show about smoking pot.
Although it might be. Matt, is that a cloud around your head? No. There is no smoking here in the InRavio studios already. So it's been an interesting week.
As usual.
As usual. You know, the sports world, that's why our show's a little different than everybody else's show. You know, we never know what we're going to talk about till we actually get here.
Yep.
I mean, we know basically during the week what we're going to talk about. I mean, we could talk about the Mets and the Yankees, but you could get that on ESPN, and I guess you can get everything on ESPN.
Yes.
Now, but what we try to do here on the Glory Day shows, if you're new to the show, is we try to pick a topic for the week, a topic or two for the week. We'll catch up on our opinions, which are really the only ones that matter. And of course, the big things this week, obviously, is the World Cup. Do you have World Cup fever?
I can't say I do, although I did watch that game. Was that Monday, I guess they played?
Yeah, the U.S. game.
And I turned it on late. They were already up 1-0. I didn't realize they had scored a goal in the first 30 or 40 seconds, I guess, or whatever. And they were hanging on for dear life. Then they were tied up.
Yeah.
And just a couple of minutes later, they got that header, which was unbelievable.
It's hard to it really is hard to. I guess it's like the Olympics. You know what I mean, is anybody watching luge?
Or what's that? Curling or whatever it is,
or any of that. Nobody's watching that, but every 4 years you watch it.
Yeah.
Because I guess it's your country. It's on television. I mean, I'm sure if you watch ESPN 8, the Ocho, you could find luging every day of the year. But it's kind of. I guess it's kind of exciting. But and we're gonna have. International soccer star Felipe Alonge, live from Brazil.
Yeah, he's going to be Skyping in, right?
Skyping in from Brazil.
Yeah.
Later on in the program, and we'll be talking about this. Be talking about the World Cup, and I guess because I don't understand the nuances of soccer.
Yeah.
To you and me and other sports fans, it just seems like a bunch of guys running on a ridiculously large field.
Seems like there's not enough scoring. Although, I mean, up until there was some games that like 4-0, 5-0. That's kind of an aberration, I guess.
That's a lot for soccer.
It is.
And but it just seems that it's like we don't. It just doesn't seem enough to be enough going on to keep your interest. Mm-hmm. Although it's very simply, it's just 90 minutes of running time.
Although at the end of the American game, they ran 90 minutes and then they had to play another 5. That's what they had to go and play, right?
Apparently, what Phil was talking about last week was, actually not last week. I was talking to Phil about some of those rules, and apparently the referee controls how much time. It's at his discretion. It's at his discretion, exactly. That's why I think that Americans don't have a real good feel for the game, because we like the clock.
Yeah.
When the clock runs out, the game is over.
Well, like you say, it's running time. I mean, they never stop the clock when anything happens,
Well, you remember the Cosmos, right?
Yes.
Pele and Beckenbauer and Giorgio Canaglia.
Yeah.
Okay, when that sport was here in the United States, they had a regular clock. The clock stopped when the ball went out of bounds. The clock stopped on penalties.
I see.
And when the clock ran down, the game was over. There was none of this extra time nonsense.
Because you really don't know how much time he's going to have to play afterwards.
And even if the referee were to award 3, 4, 5 minutes, it's not 100%. Because what happens is if you're attacking and that 4-minute mark comes up, they'll let you continue the play until the other team takes over, and then could you imagine if they did that in a hockey game?
No.
They just, as long as you have possession, the clock doesn't end.
That's insane.
And again, believe me, it works.
Yeah.
In the world.
Well, it's a very popular sport, globally.
You know why?
No.
I'm going to tell you why. The reason why it's very popular globally is because a lot of these countries are third world countries, and they are not. They have a lot of real estate. Mm-hmm. Okay, if you have a lot of real estate, all you need is a ball, and if you have a ball, you can play soccer.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you think that's the reason, huh?
They're not playing.
In America, there's a lot of real estate that become golf courses, is what they become.
So I don't know. Well, I really would like to. We could spend the whole day analyzing how come soccer should be as popular as it is in this country for little kids to play.
Well, it is, but like you say, once it become a certain age, I mean, there's no big soccer contracts, I don't think.
Right. Again, there's no money in it, but still, I just don't understand. In Europe, and again, we'll talk to Phil because Phil knows a lot more about it.
Yeah, let's put the World Cup talk off until we get him.
Let's talk about something we know nothing about.
Okay, that's trademarks.
The Native American Indians fight with the Washington Redskins.
Yeah.
This week a 3-panel trademark trial and appeal board, 3 guys.
Yeah.
Or 2 guys and a woman, I don't know. Ruled 2-1 that the Washington Redskins' controversial nickname is disparaging to Native Americans, and they had their trademark canceled. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Now, this is the second time this happened in 15 years. It was first canceled in 1999. The decision was appealed and overturned in 2013. I think they said it wasn't a technicality. I'm not sure what the technicality was.
Well, they said that by doing this, all this really does is it prevents the Redskins from the Redskins.
They don't have
or the
exclusive
NFL.
rights to the name. There's no federal protection from from counterfeiting and others profiting from commercially exploiting the name.
So anybody that wants to create a Redskin T-shirt with that logo on it can now do so.
Right.
Well,
So
now
the
it's an
bottom
appeal.
line is I guess Daniel Snyder could lose millions in revenue, okay, as
But-
against the other NFL owners because it's part of a revenue sharing
Right, because
package as
all
well.
32 NFL teams share in the merchandise.
Right.
So no matter how much money, you don't make any more money than anybody else with merchandising.
Okay.
Okay. Their official reason was the recognition that this racist designation based on skin color is disparaging to Native Americans is demonstrated by the near complete drop-off in usage of Redskins as a reference to Native Americans beginning in the 1960s.
So they don't have to change their name, though, right? I mean, and I guess they feel that basically this is like a carrot and a stick. You know, this is the stick. They're saying, you know what, you're going to lose some of your exclusive rights and things like that. There's going to be some revenue you're going to.
So they think that by doing that, they're going to force them.
I believe so. I mean, what else could it be?
Well, you know what? Some of the Twitter universe and some things. I got something on Facebook from somebody which I thought was kind of funny. Just said, why don't they just take the picture of the Indian off the thing and replace it with a
Potato.
potato.
Yeah, or a pencil. You know.
And it's a Redskin potato. Now, the Redskin attorney, Bob Raskoff, also known as Paleface Bob or He Who Sue, didn't seem very worried at all. We've seen this story before, and just like last times, today's ruling will have no effect at all on the team's ownership and the right to use the Redskins logo. But Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid said Daniel Snyder might be the last person in the world to realize this, but it's just a matter of time until he's forced to do the right thing. You know what bothers me about this?
Harry Reid bothers me, but that's a different story.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know what? There is so many things going on in the world and in this country alone that senators are taking time out of their day to worry about this. You know, and the other thing is,
and I guess this really, because I mean, there's lots of teams that have a Native American connotation. You know, you got the Kansas City Chiefs in the NFL. Nobody says anything about that.
Nope.
In Major League Baseball, you have the Cleveland Indians, the Atlanta Braves.
Right.
The NBA, you have the Atlanta Hawks, the Golden State Warriors.
Right.
The NHL, you have the Chicago Blackhawks. There's tons of college and high school teams that either are the Redskins, I guess. You know, so
well, hey, I looked it up.
I don't get this.
I looked it up. Here's the thing. 60 high schools and 13 middle schools use Redskins as their nickname, okay, including the Red Mesa High School in Arizona, whose majority of the students are Native Americans, okay? Pocahontas High School in Arkansas, Shawnee High School, the Massapequa Chiefs.
Yes, that's true.
Right? But just for Redskins alone.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I guess it's the Redskins as opposed to the Chiefs or the Indians or the Warriors or the Blackhawks.
Do you know that there are still 10 high schools whose nickname is the Savages?
But that doesn't disparage anybody, except for Savages, I guess.
Savages,
I don't know. I don't know.
But now, here's what I don't understand. In this country, and we're going to get political here for a second, okay? And this got nothing to do with Democrats or Republicans, okay? In this country, the vocal minorities just terrify the majority. For whatever reason.
You could say that about the Tea Party, couldn't you?
Yeah, but just saying, you know, there's a very small group of people who think that Redskins is offensive. Now, you know, in all my life, I don't think I've ever used Redskin to disparage an American Indian. We've used a lot of words for other people.
How many American Indians do you know, though?
0.
Yeah, well,
but still, if you saw, you know,
I'm trying to think. You know, when we worked at Goldwater, I forgot this lady's name, but I thought she was a part American, a Native American, I guess. That's a politically correct term, right?
Was her name Cochise?
I wish I remember her name.
But what I'm saying is, Redskins, the American people, know that the N-word, okay, is a disparaging word for African Americans.
Except
right?
for the other people that are using it
they can
to
use
call
it, but-
themselves that,
okay.
you know?
But no, I don't think anybody thought or even considered Redskins as a bad word. Now, maybe the Indians felt that way, but they never said it before. So here's what I'd like to do.
Okay.
I want to speak directly to the minorities of the world. And that actually, let's just include everyone in the world.
Okay.
Every one of you.
Now, we have a dial-in
Every
number
group.
here, right? So please dial in right now.
Don't dial in.
Okay.
But here's what I'm saying. Every single group of people, no matter who you are, everybody gets to pick one word. Okay?
Yeah.
Everybody gets to pick one word. And whatever that word is, we won't use it. Nobody will use it. You could use it, okay, if you want to, if you want to use it amongst your others. But other than that, leave the rest of the words alone. Okay?
One word.
One word. Everybody gets one word. You don't get 8 words. Okay? It's like, everybody seems to have at least one word that they feel is offensive because we don't know that it's offensive. To me, as an Italian, there are 2 words that make people lose their mind.
Like guinea and wop?
Guineas and wops.
Okay.
So I get to just pick one word. And for argument's sake, I'm going to pick wop.
Okay.
I don't want anybody using wop again when talking about an Italian. You should be able to use it in regular conversation, like I'm going to whop you on the head. But you can't use it to disparage Italian. You could call me a guinea. You can call me mafioso. Because I'm picking one. Every group has to get together, get a spokesman, and pick. Like you, Matt, are you on mic? Hold on, we're gonna get our extremely gay producer Matt Martin on mic here for a second. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, now I know you don't speak for the entire gay community.
And I choose not to.
Okay, but if you guys did have a spokesman, you could pick one word that you don't like.
Okay.
Okay, and whatever that word is, it would be nationally broadcast. It would be not removed from the dictionary, but if somebody used that word to defame you, they could then be sued. Other than that, you can't sue me if I don't know I'm
I don't think you're ever going to get
But you're never going to
consensus on
get
anything.
one group together.
Yeah,
Well,
to
then
come
that's
up
just
with
too bad
one
then.
word.
Then you know what? Then we can't entertain everybody's thought. We have to come up with either one thing or one word and give everybody, let's give them a year or so. But so by 2016, we want to know everybody's trigger word. And once we get the trigger words, we will strike them from the record, and we don't have to have all these people suing each other, all these people apologizing for the most ridiculous things. I didn't know Redskin was offensive. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't. How many times can people say that?
Yeah, but why now is the question.
Exactly. Why now? Why? Because the vocal minority. You want to know why? Probably because it's an election year. Okay.
That could be very true.
And let me tell you
Well,
something
it's always
about
an election year,
politicians.
Disco. It's always an election year.
Politicians, their only job seems to be being reelected.
That's right. Yep. The one team that we didn't mention was the Vancouver Canucks. Okay.
The Vancouver
And, I did a little research. I mean, and a Canuck is a French Canadian, okay, which in and of itself isn't derogatory. But from what I understand, it is used primarily in a derogatory tone.
Really?
Yeah. But nobody's going up and down about that. I guess they couldn't be the Vancouver Canadians, Vancouver French Canadians, because the Montreal Canadiens already have a team. So
Why does
I wonder why that one isn't talked about quite as much, or at all.
I believe it's because if nobody, all right, if you're going to complain, now the minorities need to be
Let's
able
ask Sammy
to,
Stone if he thinks Redskins are offensive.
Let's turn. We're going to have our pal Sammy Stone.
Right.
Sammy Stone,
That's right.
tell me the future.
Okay, ask me.
Is Redskins an offensive term?
That ain't gonna happen.
All right.
Right?
Now,
This
if
is the guy
Sammy
that
Stone-
said that's I'm going to say Seattle Slew.
No,
that
California
California Chrome
Chrome
was not going to win the Triple Crown. So this is a highly educated opinion we have here. You know.
So, again, the minorities of the world, and there are, obviously, if somebody's the majority, somebody else is the minority. Okay. I'm not saying that minorities do not have a right to complain about things. Otherwise, we would still have slavery. You know what I mean? If you can't say that minorities have no right to complain, but what I'm saying is the minority that have a complaint need to get the majority to agree.
To understand that
To understand and agree. And once the majority of the people agree, then things need to get changed.
Yeah.
But just because the minority doesn't like it doesn't mean we have to bend over backwards and change rules just because of the minority.
Now, interestingly enough, Tony Gwynn, who we're going to talk about next, he was a coach for the San Diego State team, and the name of that team is the Aztecs. Believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
which I guess could be offensive too.
I guess. I don't really get offended at anything.
Yeah.
But, unless you call me a wop.
Well, that's because you're thick-skinned, this guy.
But then again, I haven't been persecuted my whole life. I haven't. I don't know what that's like, and I don't at all propose to say that I know how that feels.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Just because it hurts my feelings doesn't mean it hurts your feelings, you kraut. Every single group has names that are disparaging to them.
Just don't call me a Nazi, okay?
Well, there you go. You have to pick one. It's either kraut or Nazi.
Well, Nazi would be the one that I wouldn't want to be associated with.
Okay.
I think that is offensive.
So then you're a kraut.
Okay. And I'm sour too, okay? Sauerkraut. Okay.
And so, and thank you for joining us on our last in radio show. Should we apologize now for this, or? All right.
All right. So the other big story was Tony Gwynn died this week.
Tony Gwynn died.
Mr. Padre.
We knew Tony Gwynn. He was in our era of baseball. He played from 82 to 2001.
Right.
And
all with the same team, all with the
same
San Diego
team.
Padres. I think he took less money.
Yeah.
You hear that, Carmelo Anthony? He took less money.
You want to laugh? He
Go
said
ahead.
he always got criticism from his fellow baseball players because
He didn't take the
of
money
the
and
fact
run?
that he used to take less money.
Yeah.
He was singled out by the Players Association as doing a disservice
To them.
the other players. Okay, because Gwynn used to say, "I'd take less money to stay in San Diego." I knew it, and they knew it, and they could take advantage of it. They should take advantage of it, and they did take advantage of it. He liked playing in San Diego.
Well,
What's
San
so
Diego.
terrible?
You've been to San Diego. That's a pretty
Why would
nice. That's
you
a pretty
ever
nice
wanna leave
town.
San
That's a pretty
Diego?
nice area, right?
When Major League Baseball Players Association, the #2 rep, Gene Orza, he called Gwynn in the off season and screamed at him because he was taking less money. Gwynn told him, "Mind your own business and go
Good for
help
him.
the other 800 players."
Good for him. Mr. Padre also called Captain Video because he used I guess he was one of these first guys that really took a look at tapes to see how his swing was going and I guess look at pitches and things like that, First time eligible Hall of Famer inducted in 2007 with another first time Hall of Famer, Cal Ripken Jr.
Oh, okay.
I think they had 14,000 people that showed up at that. That's the highest attended induction, I think, ever.
Yeah.
Like I say, a Padres' whole career. 5'11", 200 pounds. He didn't look like an athlete, I'll tell you that. He really didn't. You saw that
he
guy,
was
you
a
said,
big
give me a
guy.
break. What can this
But
guy do?
He was really, really fast.
Yeah.
He led the league in stolen bases one year.
15-time All-Star.
Yeah. Listen to this. He died of salivary gland cancer.
Yep.
Had you ever heard of that before?
Never.
No, but because he died of salivary gland cancer, he used to chew tobacco.
Yeah.
Now they want to ban tobacco
Yeah.
in Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
Again, overreaction.
Yeah. Yeah. The other thing he did, I remember this, that he was involved with, I guess, some public awareness of deep vein thrombosis.
Oh, okay.
He did quite a bit with that too.
I never knew that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's some numbers.
Okay.
We hate numbers. Not that we hate numbers on this show, but we don't normally. But I read some of these things. He hit safely in 75% of the games he played in.
Wow.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at today's athletes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He never struck out more than 40 times in a season.
There are
Do you know how
players that
many
strike out
people-
40 times in a month.
Right, exactly. I would like to know how many did that. Okay. He had a lifetime 338 batting average.
Right.
And he hit over 350 7 times.
And he had 19 consecutive seasons where he hit 300. I think only the first year he didn't, I think.
Right. His first year he batted 259 as a rookie, and he never hit under 300 again.
Yep.
He played in 2 World Series. He played in '84 against the Tigers, and he played in '98 against the Yankees.
Yeah.
He had a lifetime 371 batting average, and against the Yankees, they only played 4 games. They got swept, and he was 8 for 16. He was a lifetime 353 hitter with 2 strikes.
Oh, yeah?
How amazing is
How about
that?
with runners in scoring position?
But just the whole strikeout thing, 434 times in his career in 10,232 plate appearances. That's about one strikeout, just about one strikeout every 24 bats, roughly 6 times a month he struck out.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
But he did. He always wanted to hit 400. Mm-hmm. And for 400, he used to call it, I want to get to 4 bills, which I thought was pretty good. And he almost did. The closest he came was in '94.
Was that the strike year? There was a strike year.
He was hitting 394 when the season ended.
Yeah.
But Tony Gwynn, the hitman.
Great, and he not only was a great baseball player, I think he was a great human being too.
Yeah, he really was.
I was pumping some gas on my way over here, and they got those little monitors. It was ESPN, and they were talking to Goose Gossage.
Gas station TV.
And Goose Gossage was his teammate for 4 years. What do you remember about Tony Gwynn? He goes, he never didn't have a smile on his face, and he had an infectious laugh. He was always happy, the guy. He really was.
That is, and that's the way you should be playing the game.
Yep.
Okie dokie. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we will talk about the World Cup. The U.S. winning against Ghana last Monday. All they need now is a draw or a win. Jordan, notice the way I snuck that in?
Yeah.
A draw or win against Portugal today at 5:30. And they'll move on to the next round. International soccer superstar Phil Alonge will join us live via Skype from Brazil. Stick around, Mr.
Keep
Beal,
it right
till
here.
the end.
Okay.
InRavio.com. Paul Brown and the Killing Devils. Alternative progressive rock like you've never heard before. Over 1 million views on YouTube. New York City Village Voice says Paul is a gifted singer, songwriter, and musician with one of the best progressive rock bands on the planet. LA Underground Music Exchange calls him the only modern American band to cover every genre well. Pick up the albums Black Widow Tears, Red Spider, and The Wizard's Dawn, now on iTunes. And get to Facebook.com/Killing Devils to keep up with the latest info.
Carson from the 5051 Racing Show, live every Monday night from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Watch as I dive into everything from NASCAR and motor racing, only on InRavio.com.
Transmission of lice occurs from being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Like catching a cold or a flu.
You have guaranteed peace of mind in every bottle of Got Lice because all of our products are completely natural.
And organic.
But strong enough to cover all your lice removal needs while being safe and effective. Our professional technicians are specially trained with our exclusive proven technique to successfully comb out head lice. We come right to your home at your convenience.
Whenever you want us.
We bring everything needed to perform a successful and complete comb out while eliminating your head lice. And we leave you with our exclusive complimentary products to use for the next 10 days following our treatment.
For free.
Our technicians also check all family members who have been exposed to lice. Please visit us on our website today at gotlice.co or feel free to call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at 646-257-0121.
Hi, this is Tony.
And I'm Dan, and you're watching
Dear Dad.
Oh, wait, you're not watching it yet, but you should be every Thursday at our new time from
7 to 8.
That's the new time. Dear Dad on enravio.com.
Only in radio.com.
Where else could it be? Tune in.
On the internet.
The world of advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, Enravio can get your message out there. And we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is Enravio.com. For over 60 years, Hanson Carpet has put the customer first, providing only the finest quality products and service. And Hanson Carpet is so much more than just carpet. We also carry a wide selection of window blinds and shades, and our licensed and insured technicians can service any of your flooring or window covering needs. Browse our huge selection of laminate, carpet, linoleum, vinyl, and tile. Stop by our showroom today or visit hansoncarpet.com. No matter what your project, Hanson Carpet has got you covered.
Welcome back to the Glory Days program, and we're still on the air, which is good. Right now, we'd like to bring in our soccer expert, international soccer star, Philippe Alonge, who is Skyping with us live from Brazil. Where in Brazil are you?
Right now, I'm in Manaus.
Manaus.
Did you make that up?
Manaus is his house. I think it's
Rainforest. In the middle of the rainforest.
Okay.
All righty. How are you, Phil?
All right.
Have you been enjoying the World Cup so far?
I have. It's been very, a lot of games are close, and there's been a lot of, like upsets. So
yeah, there's been a few upsets, right? Spain is out, right? That was an upset.
Spain has been out, yeah.
Yep.
That's amazing. That's the first time the defending champions have ever been ousted after just 2 games.
Right, yeah.
You know?
I guess they were a little cocky, going in, huh?
And we were a little worried about the U.S. against Ghana.
Yeah.
And just to tell you, Phil, again, we were talking before about World Cup fever and non-soccer fans watching the game. I was in my car trying to find it on the radio.
Yeah.
On the way home on Monday night.
And you have satellite, so you should have access to just about everything.
Well, I do, but I got to go through one thing at a time until I find it, So I find it, and it comes up on the display, and it tells you the score, and it's already 1-0. And it was like 3 minutes after 6.
Yeah, I mean, I knew I would have a problem watching the whole thing, so I figured I'll catch it about halftime. I think the game started at, 6 or 6:30 or something like that?
6 o'clock it started.
So I think around 7:15 I turn it on, and I turn it on, and it's 1-0. So, whoa, this is good, But then they scored 30 seconds into the game or something, right?
Yeah. It was 30 seconds, but they UEFA said 36, so it becomes the 6th quickest goal in World Cup history.
And definitely the fastest goal in U.S. World Cup history.
And then they were just hanging on for most of the rest of the game. I mean, I thought they were totally outplayed, but, Ghana ties it up.
It was a ugly game to watch, but it was, it's a win, so a win's a win.
That's right.
When Ghana tied the game, Ghana had tied the game in, I think, in the 82nd minute. Okay, they tied the game in the 82nd minute. It seemed that the commentators were saying, this is still good for the Americans as long as they can hold on in the last 4 minutes, 8 minutes, and get a draw. Yeah. And then they had a corner kick and a substitute scored a goal. First U.S. substitute ever to score a goal.
And they were saying that was textbook, the way he headed that thing. He headed it down. You know, he didn't try to head it up. He headed it down, and you know, the goal before the goal, he knew it. It was past him. You know.
Yeah, John.
Well, it's kind of like a short hop in baseball. You know, it's hard for the goalie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so the United States now, they play Portugal on Sunday, 6 o'clock.
Yep.
And actually, depending on what happens today with Germany and Ghana, if they beat Portugal, they're moving on to the round of 16.
Yeah.
Okay, they could also get in with a draw against Portugal today. Now, is Ronaldo going to play? Do you know?
Well, he's been icing his knee after every practice this week. So, these players want to play. So, he's going to come. He's going to come in wanting to play. I'm not sure if you saw it, but it's 2 days ago. I forgot which game it was. But one of the players had a suspected concussion, and he refused to come off. So,
hey, can we talk for a second? Can we talk for a second about that? Now, it's kind of like baseball, right? If you get substituted, you can't come back in.
Well, you could, but it hasn't happened because you substitute only because a player's hurt or they're getting tired.
But why couldn't you substitute somebody, let somebody take a breath, and then put them back in? But they don't do that.
Well, we only have 3 substitutes.
Oh, you only get 3 substitutions a game.
Yeah, each team.
See that? I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, you're peeling back this onion here, Disco.
Well, it's one thing I do want to correct
back, the
before
more
we
it
begin on the
stinks.
other thing.
Go ahead.
From last week when we were talking about the pots, the seed pots. Each World Cup is a little different, but they changed the order. But pot 1 for this World Cup, pot 1 is the 1 to 7 seed in the world.
Okay.
Pot 2 was Africa and South America. Pot 3 was Asia and North America, and pot 4 was Europe. They do this just so each group has a somewhat equal amount of teams in it. So one group doesn't have all European teams or what have you.
All right, thank you for that. We were talking about because we were talking about especially substitutions. I was like, why wouldn't you substitute for a guy if he got hurt? Just take him out.
Yeah.
Put another guy in.
Yeah. Yeah. Now the United States guy, he's got a kind of a funny first name. What's his name? Chintzy or something like that?
Who's that?
The guy that got hurt on the American team. What's his name?
Josie Altidore pulled his
Josie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to play, I don't think, tomorrow, right?
No, he's out for tomorrow. But they're hoping. I don't think it's going to happen, but they're hoping that he'll be back for next week.
What about Dempsey? He had a broken nose.
If you have a broken nose, you can't breathe. Anybody who has had a broken nose knows they can't breathe.
Right.
But it's been nearly a week. They probably have it covered up.
Maybe he could just
if a horse could wear
one of those California chrome things.
Yeah, if a horse could wear that and run fine, I think we can figure out how to fit Dempsey up with to breathe right.
Okay, so let's do a quick round robin here through the groups. Okay, now
right.
Group A, which is Brazil, Mexico, Croatia, and Cameroon. The only thing we know at this point is that Cameroon is out.
Yeah,
that's the only thing we know.
My pick is out. Yes.
Right. Oh, is that who you picked? Yes, it is.
Well,
actually.
to be fair, I actually forgot. It sounds bad, but I forgot about Mexico in that group. So
yes, you
Cameroon,
were the only one.
Was out.
Everybody else took Mexico and Brazil.
That's
okay.
right. Yeah.
Now, unbelievable as it sounds, Brazil can be out.
Yeah.
Okay. The only way they don't get in is if, let's say, they lose to Cameroon, which most likely is not going to happen. But if they lose to Cameroon and Mexico and Croatia draw, Mexico will have 5 points. They'll be tied with Croatia, and then it'll have to be goal differential.
Yeah, which if Brazil loses and Croatia and Mexico draw, Croatia will have the better goal difference.
Theoretically.
Yeah.
Depends on how much Brazil loses by.
Mm-hmm.
Well, right now Brazil and
tied,
Croatia
right.
are sitting at +2.
Right.
So.
Okay, so Mexico gets in. Mexico plays Croatia on Monday. Brazil and Cameroon on Monday. Mexico gets in with a win or a draw. Croatia has to get a win against Mexico, and they can get in with a draw if Brazil loses, but that's most likely not going to happen. Okay, so Group B is already done.
Right.
Yeah.
And I will say that I have notes from last time. I picked the Netherlands and I picked Chile. So I didn't pick Spain. So I'm in.
I believe I picked Netherlands and Chile also. It could be.
There you go.
Yeah, no. Yes, Phil, you took Netherlands and Chile, so I'm out on that one. So Netherlands and Chile are in. Australia and the defending champion are out.
Yeah. Group C.
Did you any surprises from that other than Spain?
Well, we knew, like going in last week that Spain had lost, but after that game, it looked like Chile and Netherlands, but going into the World Cup, if anybody picks Spain to get eliminated, you're probably crazy, but
right.
It happened. Except that we knew they had lost the one game already, so
yeah, so it kind of made it easy.
It did.
All right, in Group C, Colombia, Ivory Coast, Japan, and Greece.
And Colombia's already in.
Colombia is in.
Colombia's in.
Then on next week, Tuesday, Japan and Colombia and Ivory Coast and Greece. Ivory Coast gets in if they beat Greece. They could also advance with a draw as long as Japan doesn't beat Colombia.
Well, once again, it matters how much, because
So goal
Ivory
differential
Coast
then.
has a goal differential of 0, and Japan has -1. So.
Right. So the only chance Greece has in is if they beat Ivory Coast and Japan would have beat Colombia. Then, again, it would be a goal differential. So right now, the only thing we know is Colombia is in. That makes my friend John Puccio very happy.
I'm sure it does.
His wife is Colombian.
Mm-hmm.
And you always want to keep your wife happy.
That's right.
But you know what he's worried about? If Italy gets in, then I think Italy is going to play Colombia in the first round.
Oh, boy.
And I think he says, I have to root for Colombia. They have very
Well, I'm not
large-
married, but isn't saying a happy wife is a happy life?
Yes,
Yes,
that's right.
that is correct. Okay.
That's a good cliche.
All right. Group D, Costa Rica, Italy, Uruguay, and England. What we do know is that Costa Rica is out and England is in. I mean, England is out and
Costa Rica is in,
in.
and England is out.
Right.
That was I picked England, so that's one of my mistakes so far.
Now, Italy yesterday lost 1-0 yesterday to Costa Rica. I know, Phil, I know you were watching that. What happened?
I was, it was hard to watch, let's put it that way. But it was, Italy went down, and they, and for viewers at home who were got to see their, first real glimpse of the goal line technology, which is the first time that's being used in the World Cup.
Right.
And, we saw a goal. They confirmed it. And Italy just had no offense, very little offense throughout the whole game. And let's put it this way. Costa Rica, no one expected Costa Rica, but they did it.
Their odds were 2,500 to 1 is what it was.
Yeah.
Costa Rica.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, and they're in.
I mean, that's why you play the game.
Yeah, that's a Cinderella story.
A quickie question on statistics. Obviously, you're also a big hockey guy. So
Yes.
we relate shots on goal to meaning that if the goalie didn't save it, it would go in the net, right? That's in hockey.
Yeah.
Okay. In soccer, it's a little different. They have shots and then shots on goal. So
it's shots on target.
right,
usually.
on target. Okay. So, but how come the shots on target, like for example, in that in the Italy-Costa Rica game, Italy had Costa Rica had 11 shots, 5 on target.
Yeah.
But the Italy goalie was only given 4 saves. Why is that? Did somebody else block the ball from going in?
If it hits the crossbar or if it hits the...
That counts as a shot on goal, because that doesn't count on a shot on goal, on target, so to speak, in hockey.
Right.
Okay, so for our beloved Italia, the Bruzzisi, what are they called? What are they called?
The Azzurri.
Azzurri.
I think they're the Guineas, aren't they?
Which means
the
blues.
Guineas, yeah. The Guineas. They're going to play Uruguay on Tuesday, and the winner will go. They could still draw and get in. We're running up against the time here. All right, Group E, France, Switzerland, Ecuador, and Honduras. Yesterday, France wins. they get in with a win or a draw next week. Honduras is the only one that's been eliminated from that group. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, not officially, but their goal differential is -4.
Right.
So they have
Now-
to beat Switzerland by like 5 and hope Ecuador loses.
Right. Now, there is a chance, by the way, that there could be a three-way tie in this division. Because if Ecuador beats France and the Swiss beat Honduras, France, Switzerland, and Ecuador will all have 6 points.
Right, 2 and 1, right?
Okay, we talked a little bit about the Group G, the United States.
Well,
They've
we
only
didn't talk
played
about Group
one
F.
game each, Group G.
How about Group F, though? That's Argentina,
wait a minute, I
Bosnia,
missed them.
Herzegovina.
Yes, okay.
Nigeria and Iran.
That one right now, Argentina leads that. They play their second games today.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of today? Argentina, Iran, and Nigeria, Bosnia.
Well, in my opinion, it's going to be Argentina wins and Bosnia is going to win. But,
And that would put Argentina in,
yeah.
right? We all picked Argentina.
Yep.
Yes.
We're split between Bosnia and Nigeria.
Yeah.
All right. United States group. Germany, Ghana today. That goes a long way to finding out what's going to happen with the U.S. If Germany wins like they
if
should.
Germany wins and USA win tomorrow,
It's done.
the group is settled.
It's done. Okay. What do you think? USA, Portugal. Give me a quickie on it.
Well, Portugal has one person suspended from red card for a red card.
Right.
And they have 2 injuries.
Right.
USA has 1 definite injury. We'll see how Dempsey feels, but he'll play either way. But if he's up to 100%, we'll see. And it's going to be USA. USA has the momentum, I think.
All right. So we're looking at a USA win. We hope.
Hopefully.
Tomorrow I'll be glued to the TV set, I think.
I will. I'll definitely be watching. I'll definitely be watching the Germany and Ghana game today. And the last group, Belgium, Russia, South Korea, and Algeria. Belgium's the only one that won. Belgium beat Algeria, and Russia and South Korea, they tied 1-1.
They drew.
Yeah.
They drew.
Okay.
Sorry, it was a drew. They drew.
It takes a while to
Although I must say, I'm learning. I've been reading the articles on ESPN, and the terminology is just so different.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. All righty, Phil. Hey, how was your game how was your Cosmos game?
Well, the Cosmos beat the Red Bulls 3-0.
That was one over at Hospital last Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Cosmos move on to the 5th round, and they're playing the Philadelphia Union in Philadelphia. So,
Are you going to the Germany-Ghana game today in Brazil?
No, I don't have the press releases for that.
Oh, I see. We'll see if we can pull some
I'll
strings
hang
here.
out. I'll hang out. There's a fan center. I'll hang out over there.
All righty, Phil.
All right.
Be safe out there in Brazil. We'll talk to you next week.
All right.
All right, thanks, Phil. That is international soccer star Philippe Alonge. We're going to take a short break.
On site in Brazil.
On site in Brazil, Skyping in.
Okay.
All righty, we're going to take a short break. When we get back, we're going to set up for Mr. B's live performance. And it is today.
It will be Secret Agent Man.
Secret Agent Man, a last-second decision.
Here we go.
Stay with us. You're watching The Glory Days Show with Bruce and Disco here on InRavio.com. Thanks a lot, Phil.
Bye-bye.
InRavio.com.
Hey, this is Gina Cotillo from The Gina Show. Come join us every Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for celebrity interviews, Reality Reel with Billy Charles, funny stories with Brian Kinnear, and much, much more. The Gina Show can be found only on InRavio.com, broadcasting to the world, so come and catch us.
I will remember you.
is Tony.
And I'm Dan, and you're watching.
Dear Dad.
Oh, wait, you're not watching in yet, but you should be every Thursday at our new time from
7 to 8.
That's the new time. Dear Dad on InRavio.com.
Only InRavio.com.
Where else could it be? Tune in.
On the internet.
The world of advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, InRavio can get your message out there, and we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is InRavio.com.
Girls, 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 all have something to say. Some say their emotions get in the way. Some like them big, some like them skinny. Oh, girls, who's come this way? We must unite, this is the place. You don't have to show your face. Girls, I'll be a lady of today. So say what you
As a treat to every one of you knuckleheads who stuck around long enough on this show to hear us spout almost profanities and talk about the news of the day, at the end of the show every week, Mr. B treats you to a song. This week's song will be a 60s classic.
1966.
1966 classic. I'm not even going to tell you what it is because as soon as you hear it, you'll know. It's something that you will be singing in your head for the rest of the day. Mr. B.
All right, it got that classic riff. Johnny Rivers, 1966. Actually, I did a little research on this thing. It was the theme song to a TV show. It was commissioned by CBS. And without any further ado, Secret Agent Man. There's a man who leads a life of danger. With every move he makes, he's a stranger. With every move he makes, another chance he takes. And odds are he won't live to see tomorrow. Secret Agent Man, Secret Agent Man. They've given you a number and take away your name. There are faces that you find. A pretty face can hide an evil mind. Be careful what you say, or you'll give yourself away. And odds are you won't live to see tomorrow. Secret Agent Man, Secret Agent Man. They've given you a number and take away your name. Secret Agent Man, Secret Agent Man. They've given you a number and take away your name. Swinging on the Riviera one day and laying in the Bombay Alley next day. You let word that slip while kissing persuasive lips. and odds are you won't live to see tomorrow. And secret agent man, secret agent man, they've given you a number and take away your name. Secret agent man.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
Now, unfortunately, that is going to be stuck in my head the whole rest of the day.
All right.
Sammy Stone,
That's right.
can you sing?
Hey, speak English.
Sammy Stone,
You got him.
can you sing?
Just when I start having fun, everybody starts to run.
All right. We never asked Sammy Stone.
Okay.
We never asked Sammy about his prediction for the USA, did we?
No, we did not.
All right, Sammy.
I'm sitting here,
All right, Sammy Stone.
talking brightness here.
Sammy Stone,
That's right.
tell me his future.
Hey, speak English.
I thought it was.
About time.
Sammy Stone,
Yo.
tell me the future.
Hey, what's your language?
Sammy
Thanks,
Stone.
Rita.
Sammy Stone.
Thank you.
Sammy Stone.
Talking brightness here.
It's too bright in the
I don't want my
studio
shades.
for him. Sammy Stone,
You got him.
tell me the future.
Sure. Ask away.
Will the USA beat Portugal?
It ain't likely.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, okay.
The lights.
Shut up. So much for Sammy Stone. We want to say thanks to our producer, Matt Martin, who will be, I guess you just completed season 2 of In or Out, pun intended. You see, there are some shows that just think they could come on the air when they want and not grind it out for you week after week after week like the Glory Days show does. But at any rate, you can catch any of In or Out, pun intended, on the In Radio archive page. And now we have our own, although we've always had our own archive page, we have Facebook page. You can follow us on Glory Days. You can follow us on Twitter, right? We have a PDisco23 Twitter and a B. Oler?
Yes.
Bruce Oler at Twitter. You can follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on Facebook. Anything you could do just to click on the stupid icon and help us with our numbers. Alrighty. Thanks, Matt, for he's a wonderful producer. He could do everything but split screen me and Bruce at the end of the show. Thanks to Phil Alonge for helping us out with the World Cup. And again, thanks to Chuck and Bonnie for putting up with this nonsense week after week. And of course, thanks to you, our loyal listeners, who without we would be. Support your country and watch the USA tomorrow, 6 o'clock. Remember, win or draw gets us into the next round. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. The beginning of summer today. See you next week. Play us out, Mr. B.
Secret agent man, secret agent man, they're giving you a number and take away your name.
Eat